Thanks for joining us for our chondromalacia patella or runner's knee circuit. And keep in mind, this is a template that we use. It's not standard for every runner and every knee condition we see, because a lot of times there's a lot of different conditions in there, and it's based upon individualize what you have for your condition. So this one, we're going to go over 3 exercises, and it's going to be more in a superset format. So typically we add we call it the main event, which is going to be the reason why you attended the show in the first place. And in this case, it's going to be a goblet squat. It's harder, it's a complex movement, and it takes a lot of energy and technique to be able to do. It's usually more advanced, one of the more advanced exercises. That's why it's not a good starting point for anybody, at least at this point. So goblet squats, then we're going to kill some time in order to get the energy system back by doing some supersets. And it is there's a lot of different ways to do supersets, but for the most part, we're going to do single leg bridges, as well as isometric hamstring curls. We have kettlebell. We'll start with goblet squats. We're going to do 10. Now, however many you want to do is totally up to you. But for the most part, I want good form. Goblet squats, we're holding it like a goblet, just like this. I'll turn it like this so you can see. So I'll turn to the side. You can make sure to see the form. Okay, I'm resting my elbows on my knees because it's helping pressing my back into a good position while squatting. The most common thing people with runner's knee typically get is they are knee squatters. They'll come way out here. So I want to make sure you keep your weight back, setting your butt between your knees. So we're going to go for reps here. And something you might notice on your runner's knee or people with runner's knee is they can't get down past here. That's okay. Let's just strengthen part of that range of motion. And you want to stop just short of pain. I don't know how many that is, but let's just say I have 2 more. Go into the depth that you can tolerate. Now, since you could be pretty gassed on that, we're going to go to single leg bridges. And we'll do it just right here. 1 leg up, driving up, slow on the way down. We're going to go for reps with 10. Or actually, if you want to, we can go actually for a minute. Let's go for a minute. Typically on these smaller exercises, I don't like counting reps personally because it just takes a lot of time or a lot of effort. So I'd rather just watch a clock, think about my form and so on. Make sure that you do feel with this form, by the way, this rib cage here, it should be compressed. You should be able to hold a conversation while you're doing this. If it helps, and I do have a lot of people that do it, they put their hand right here to make sure the rib cage is depressed. The idea behind this exercise is that you want to make sure that this is straight and you're bending about the hip. It's a hinge joint, is we're using it in this. It actually is a ball and socket, but in this case, think of it like a door. Switching sides. You might notice one side's harder than another, which is totally okay. The goal with runner's knee typically is to increase the amount of strength of the hips, increase core strength, decrease the amount of improper landing mechanics. And some of these exercises we're doing in the circuit here definitely take that into consideration. Now there's many different circuits we can do. A lot of times I like to get people to a hip hinging pattern similar to a deadlift or a kettlebell swing, and a lot of times that will decrease the amount of knee pain significantly. 10 seconds. Okay, have this bench right here just so I can put my legs straight up, and we're just gonna hips up in the air and then drive the heels into the bench. Holding for 10, and then relax. This is an isometric contraction or a non-movement contraction of the hamstrings. After we get here, it's basically, again, it's a hold. Isometric contractions are the less risky of all of the contractions, so why not use them as a superset? You can tell you really are working though based upon how much you drive into that table. You can use a ball for this. You can use a chair. You can use a lot of things. And we're going to go for 5 of these. So that was 3, I believe. Come on up again. Make sure this is, again, flat as a board here. Really trying to engage those hamstrings. And if it hurts to have your knee in this position, straighten it slightly. It's totally okay. All of these exercises are very modifiable. Okay. Now, taking all those exercises into consideration, think about how you can modify it to work for your injury. And that's a lot of what we do here at Performance Places. We modify circuits, exercises, and activities so you can basically do what you want to and you love to, which is running in this case. So if you're looking for more courses like this, we do have some on the website provided below. We believe in online content. I believe in hands-on stuff, but online content is our way of servicing the masses and educating more people than I can possibly touch or talk to in person. So I hope this was helpful, and share with your friends.